home for today's video. We're going to be jumping on a plane. So we've come to Manchester Airport. We're going to be heading across to Germany. We're going to go and drive a few different vehicles. This is our plane just arriving. She's running a little late. Let's go to get to the gate. Finally got us gate number. We're off to gate 25. So we've now landed in Germany. Probably should have watched the Beautiful and Horses to brush up on my German.
To avoid any copyright infringements, we've had to dub the sound out. So the first night, went in Thomas's museum, had a little fire, had a couple of beers and had a really lovely night. It's got a lovely little place here that you can nicely relax.
So we're going to start this little adventure. What a better way to start it in a Series 2 Landrover. It's even got original capstan winch. So yeah, this one's fitted with petrol, 2.25 petrol. And it's absolutely gorgeous. Struggling for light. We'll give it a little bit of choke. Turn the light off. She's running. First gear.
First of all, we're going to head out and take a look at Thomas's forks on air.
Let's give her a try. This is a 1918 Fortson Model F, and I've just stalled it. So the clutch inside this one is a wet clutch, so when it's not been used for quite some time, it's quite difficult to get the tractor to actually stop. Now it's been used and it's starting to smell quite nice. It's yeah, Thomas is going to start it back up. Sounds lovely.
It's a little Manitou forklift that Thomas has, but we'll save that for another day. Then later went down to the River Rhine, which is very close to where Thomas lives. So we sit and watch ships for a while it rained. Thomas has got quite a number of tractors in his collection. This is one of his drain goals. It's a petrol paraffin that's in quite a lovely original condition. He also has this 135 that's done very little work and still in its original colours. It's a lovely little tractor, this one. You can see the difference with the fenders and such from Germany, how they had the wider wings. A lot of them had dual brakes too that were hydraulic.
So we've had a short walk to Thomas's friends. There's so many Ferguson tractors. So he's got a grey and gold. This is original to Germany, Ferguson diesel. So those that don't know, this came after the grey Fergie 3 diesel, which are very similar to the grey Ferguson one. We didn't start getting pre-cleans on the British ones till 35X really, maybe a few 35s. We've got this 25 horsepower Kramer. We've just been saying that the steering, when you turn it to full lock, it applies the brake, so it makes it much easier to turn round. So this one's been stood for many years, and sadly it's got a cracked block now that they're going to repair. This time. So we now decided we're going to give it some heat. Try and get going. Anyone that's involved in vintage tractors, this is all part of it, that you just cannot resist not to listen to it run, because you know it's so close. This one's got an option extra having 3-point linkage, so this is on top, so if you didn't want it, it just came blank without, and it's driven by the fan belt, so this is a hydraulic pump. We've now come to the older part of town, see another one of Thomas's friends and see another traditional German tractor. That it was very popular to have them air cooled, because obviously there's no water involved, so it could be left without watering, air cooled, but obviously you could get quite as much power from them, so that's why they're a lot smaller tractor. It's still hard to believe though, when the Massey Ferguson was being built, such as this were being built.
1958.
Yeah.
That's the initials of his father. It's a pre-pump.
Right.
Now you work the injection pump.
It starts really nice. It's 14 horsepower this. Oh, it's something about an adventure in a Landrover. See how much we can remember how to drive it, eh? Always remember everyone's coming from the opposite direction. Don't forget Richard. Oh, there's a car coming. He's going to wait. He seems to be in a rush. Dankeschön. Crash gears. Oh, it's an adventure in a Land Rover. I've had another little shed and there's this little gem hidden inside. Massey Ferguson 30 combined. This is fitted with a Volkswagen Beetle engine. Thomas said it was about 7 litres per hour of fuel. It's got a 5-foot cut on it. This is for lifting the header up and down. Rather primitive grain tank. So a lot of these combines back in the day were bagger combines. So you used to have a bag on the side and the guy would stand on the side and bag it, but this one's actually got an auger on it. So it's a very good machine. It's gorgeous. It's sometimes quite unbelievable that they have indicators on them. For us in England, it's just unbelievable, really. And look at the light down here. I wonder if that'd actually shine anywhere. I wonder if you'd move that or not. Oh, interesting. These Germans do like to make things complicated. I'm just trying to get to the back of the combine because it's got a baler attachment. But as of most UK farms from the 1950s to the 2000s, there's always a Viken Acrobat somewhere, and yeah, there's one here. So it used to tie it off in a sheath, and then you could fasten the sheath. I'm guessing, Thomas, or is it a proper baler? I'm guessing it's just like makes it into a sheath. Yeah, so Thomas says it's a soft bale, so yeah, like a sheath of straw more than something compressed. So then you stack them and then collect them later. So Thomas is just saying these are local ploughs. This one's for the plough next door. I'm just noticing that they're all deep digger bodies. So obviously with their soil type, they don't have any stone. Yesterday I went to see a farmer and he was telling me all about his farm, and the soil depth is, yeah, there's just loads, so obviously different type bodies. This is a French-made disc harrow.
Plow.
Plough? We'd still call it a harrow, but...
Yeah, but
Yes.
it works like a plow.
Right, I see. Sorry, so yeah. Most discs do though, I guess, in that respect, don't they? But
Yeah, but this is only for like plowing, for low, when you have finished harvesting,
right,
turn it, that's it, not deep.
yeah.
And then you do work like a plow. It's always going this long, and
Yeah.
then you turn around next.
Yeah. Most gang sets in England at one point, it was very much the same. You had to work a field a certain way because the gang set would leave a hole down the side of the field. We're just under his little lean-to, and there's a traditional German trailer. So this is 1959. So Thomas has just explained to me that they were still designed so you could use them with a horse. So you slide a shaft in there, and then you draw the horse between each side. This will carry 3 tons, this trailer, and you could legally have 2 loaded trailers in Germany. But much the same as in England, then along came the Ferguson system that revolutionised everything. So this is an original early type trailer. For those that know, it's a 12 stud Fergie trailer, this one, with drop-in sides. Right, we're going to go and check on some Highland cattle. Beautiful. It's like watching Joe Seals' channel, this. Come on. It's actually quite relaxing listening to these bells. Come on then. Straight through pipe TD5. Sweet. Gorgeous day today. We're just a couple of miles out now from where Thomas is from, and the fields have increased in size quite a lot. So where we're heading to Iggett's, it's the wine region, so as you can see there's loads of vines everywhere. Vine after 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 vine. So we've arrived. More trailers.
Kann ich nicht ohne Bilder machen, aber der Motor ist anders da.
Dat is honest.
This is the Kramer that is restoring. It's very similar to one we saw yesterday, which is no hydraulics on this one.
Ja, die staan ook geroepen met een tractor.
So hopefully this one starts today.
Die zijn alles gekriegt, die Tractor, ne? Nee, die Tractor, die große natuurlijk.
So we're just discussing that this tractor's had a complete engine rebuild, but they changed the pistons. So John Deere sent these brand new pistons, and they don't make the pistons for this serial number. So he's tried to use them, they don't work. So what he's actually done is he's used the old pistons, he's gone on his lathe, made this gap bigger for where the rings are, and put extra rings in, because the actual older piston have 4 rings, or 4 sets of rings. As with many early tractors, they are basically just a stationary engine with a gearbox bolted onto the back. So this is a 2-cylinder, as far as I'm aware. That's obviously why they're called Johnny Poppers, because the 2-cylinder. I'd love to take this one home. I need a Deere. That's a beautiful tractor. So this is my dad's favourite tractor, Lanz. So 2 little stories towards this. John Deere got into Europe through Lanz. So they use a Lanz factory, which is not too far away, which is in Mannheim, which we went to a few years ago. And that's where John Deere production is. So the early Lancers were called a hot bulb. So at the front, on the earlier ones, used to heat the hot bulb at the front to get the diesel to ignite. So they're a single-cylinder diesel. So this is where Field Marshal got their idea from in England, from Lanz Bulldog. So many tractors everywhere. This is a little 130, 1968 I think he said it is. Obviously they're very common for the vineyards. So I'm trying to get the first international we've come across. And apparently this is the same undercarriage as what's in the Manitou that Thomas has, the forklift. So it's got a 2-cylinder, 17 horsepower engine if I remember rightly.
I quite like it, if I'm honest. Quite novel front suspension, look. It's quite clever, that. He gets a big John Deere fan. You see with the moldboard still. They're very deep. It's quite impressive, that.
A lot of old buildings here.
Whilst we're here, we're just finding a little bit of time. I'm thinking this would look really good. One of my tractors at the front for a hitch. So we're gonna clean it up and mess about with it, straighten it out a little bit. Are we good? Done, finished. Looks slightly better now. So we're going to head off. So we didn't just look at tractors, we did actually have a bit of a tour around some of the local attractions. This is a castle that was built to defend against the Romans. I'm heading back home somewhere, and the plan was to go for a last run out on the tractors down to the river, but pinning it down and it's getting dark, so we might just have to take the Landrover. So we've come down to the River Rhine. Big ship going past, full of scrap. Some of you might be familiar with Scirocco cab that were fitted to the 135s. This is the early version. It's fitted to the Grey Fergie. This is originally a French tractor. It's now in Germany. Really nice condition. These shields, I don't believe they had them in England, and apparently you get warm really, really quick from the engine inside. How did you press record, Richard? We're all snug. Not really picking this up very well. So we've just come for some wood. Safely stowed away. It's lovely and warm in here. Let's turn that back up. Right. So Thomas is busy in there just chopping a few sticks for this evening. We're having a little bit of something to eat since my last night, and they'll be heading home. So thoroughly enjoyed this little trip away to Germany. I'd like to thank Thomas and his friends immensely for letting me play with their tractors. If you like what we're doing in this video, hit the like button for me, would you? If you like watching what we do with these videos, hit the subscribe. Keep smiling, people.